Hello, my name is Jim Colassano. I'm a senior vice president at the Clearinghouse in New York City. We're constantly thinking about those areas that could potentially be points of friction. And we do see the end user experience as an area where we really need to focus on. As I mentioned a few moments ago, the virtual experience is a lot different than the physical experience. And many of you see it nowadays because online shopping. Everything gets to the shopping cart and then suddenly the shopping cart's abandoned and the customer moves away if you can't complete that experience very, very quickly. So we do think that one of the major challenges that we're going to be facing, but also one of the major opportunities, is the ability to have an end-to-end user experience that's delightful. We really have to make we have to make it very easy for the customers to use. We have to make it intuitive, so people don't need to be trained on how to use it. It should just happen. I should hit the button, say pay it, and the payment should be made instantaneously. In traditional payment methods, that's extremely hard to do because they're really not designed to work in virtual space. We have designed real-time payments, we've designed RTP specifically to be able to accommodate a virtual digital environment. And that's what the difference is going to be. The challenge is going to be to make sure that the banks that adopt it, the corporate customers who adopt it, and the users who adopt it are looking at this all the way from the lens of the end user. Because typically product design, especially in banks, is very heavy, right? So that there's a lot that's involved with it. And typically we have reject processes in place to deal with things that don't work correctly. In an instantaneous environment, you don't have that time to fix things. They have to work correctly the first time. And it can't be difficult, pardon me, it can't be difficult for an end user to use it. So where we are working right now with many of our banks, with many of our clients, is making sure that real-time payments are actually being used in a way that's going to be easily adopted by the end users. So I don't think technology is going to be an impediment. I think technology is actually going to be an enabler. The challenge is going to be it requires a change in mindset in terms of the way products have traditionally been developed and looking at things from the perspective of the consumer, looking at it from the perspective of the business who's actually the end user.